we got some fun stuff to talk about. I'm going to open up with a little fun story, though. So I'll share my screen and get to our agenda. Check it back. Share my screen and get to my agenda. As always, we start with our little quotes from Mike Fair, and I think these are really good today. Good morning, everybody. I have some interesting and fun thoughts for you today. Give yourself credit for overcoming challenges this year. You've made it through each day, and you should be proud. Let that sink in for a moment. Think back of all the adversity we've been dealt with in 2020. I mean, it's been a shit show of a year. And many of you have had your best years ever. Some of you have actually doubled your business from the previous year with all the craziness going on. You deserve the pat on the back. Number two, feeling sorry for yourself in your present condition is not only a waste of energy, but the worst habit you could possibly have. Ooh. Don't feel sorry for yourself. There's too many good things going on. If you continuously compete with others, you just become bitter. But if you continuously compete with yourself, you become better. That statement could not be more appropriate for real estate professionals, because we all have different backgrounds, we all have different histories, we all have different goals, different dreams. And if you try to compare yourself to somebody else who has a whole different outlook, you'll just get upset. But if you compare yourself with what you did last month to this month, or this year to last year, you're competing with yourself and you'll feel much better. Number four, things end, people change, and you know what? Life goes on. Isn't that true? There you go. Patience is not the ability to wait, but the ability to keep a great attitude while waiting. Boy, I personally could learn a lesson from that. Those damn people that drive slow on the roads drive me crazy. You know, waiting in line and watching people do stupid things. Oh my God, I let it get to me. I got to let that go. This is probably more important than me than to some people, but coaching is not a luxury.
It's true.
That's so true, guys. If you don't have somebody you're being held accountable by, I mean, why get out of bed? Right? Coaching is important. We have a coaching organization. And, you know, whether it's one-on-one coaching or group coaching or simply attending our daily huddles, there's a lot of good ideas that are being given to you to implement, and too many, in fact. So it's Monday the 16th. We have 45 days to the holidays are over in the year, actually. Do something great for our customers, for our family, and ourselves. What could we do great for our customers, our family, and ourselves? We can earn some extra cash, and I'll get to that in my next slide. My daughter Samantha turned 26 on Friday the 13th, and we all flew to Chicago to see her. And when I got home yesterday, I said, we're to the top of my slide here, we are blessed. When I got home yesterday, there was this blue color in the sky, which I hadn't seen for 4 days, and I really appreciated seeing it. And then in the midst of the blue sky was this big yellow ball that provided warmth. And I hadn't seen that in 4 days. And then all the trees here have these green things on them. We didn't see any of that in Chicago. And when we flew to Chicago, we flew with a third of the plane full. When we flew from Chicago back to Tampa, the flight was oversold. Chicago is going into total lockdown again. There was no in-room dining allowed while we were there. They shut all the restaurants down yesterday. Forced masks everywhere. The masks actually were good because it was so freaking cold that it would keep your face warm as you were breathing in your mask. Guys, we live in paradise. And I don't care what happens in the economy. The work from home movement and corporations are going to ease their things, and people are going to have the ability to work wherever they want to. I met the people that bought my friend's house down the street, and it's a couple, no kids, living in Manhattan. They got freed to work from home, and they bought this house for $1 million. And the mortgage payment is less than their rent on their apartment, their little apartment in Manhattan. And now they're in a 3,500 square foot waterfront home with a waterfall pool and with a dock and a boat lift, and with more space they could ever imagine. You're going to see this happening, and the way for you to take advantage of that is to get listings, but we'll talk more about that in a minute. All right, here are the facts. We have 75 closings so far this year, generating $595,000 in commission. We have 81 sales for $700,000 in commission. Why would our commission be higher with relevantly the same amount of sales? Because the average sales price is going up. You guys, you're scoring on every front right now. So we have 75 closings so far. We have 171 closings scheduled to close in the next 2 weeks for $1.4 million, which puts us just over $2 million as a month. It'll be our 4th month in a row of $2 million in revenue. Guys, $2 million is really strong revenue. I mean, we've only hit $2 million a couple times in the history of the company. We've done it for the last 4 months in a row. I'm going to bring this up because I'm a broker and that's what I do. We have 23 files that are on our pending list that are past their closing date. And I bring this up because the contract gives the buyer the right to buy and the seller the obligation to sell. And once the closing date passes, the contract is null and void, meaning the seller no longer has the obligation to sell and the buyer no longer has the right to buy. It's dead, right? We need to put it back on the market. Oh, my fan just turned on. We got to put it back on the market, or we need to cancel it. Extend it or cancel it. So please do that for me. Look at your pending list. I won't call you out. You know who you are. We have 274 active listings, which typically we carry 500 to 600. So our inventory, personal inventory, is down by half. Maybe you've noticed we've been talking about the need to get listings. Good news, we have 84 new listings month to date. And this same time last year, we only had 74 listings. So listings are up more than 10%, which is a great job, team. This has to remain our focus, just has to. The biggest challenge I believe we all face is intentionally designing our future. I wanted to share this with you because it's just an experience, and money doesn't do anything but let you choose experiences, whatever those experiences are, helping people, charity, I want to give you I just like this example, it's fun. The tickets I bought to go to Chicago were $70. Okay, let's talk about this for a second. You can't fly a plane with a $70 ticket. You got pilots earning a couple $100,000 a year. You got co-pilots earning $100,000 a year. You got flight attendants all over the place. And you got, 180 seats at $70 a piece. And the plane burns $20,000 an hour in fuel. I mean, it doesn't make sense. So what United Airlines did is they charged $70 for a bag. Well, you can't go to Chicago and not track a bag because you got to put in pants and jackets and sweaters and all that crap. So $70 for a ticket, $70 for a bag check. And then I kept reading down and I saw you could upgrade to first class for $139. And guess what first class comes with? No check bag fees. So for $70 extra, you got to fly first class. So I took advantage of that. And it's really cool because when you check in first class, you get a sticker on your bag that says priority. And then when you go through security, they take you through the lighter line. That's kind of cool. And then you get to sit and you get to board the plane first, and they serve you drinks while you're waiting for the passengers to go to the back of the bus. And then when the plane lands, you get off first, which is kind of nice. And it's just a cool way to travel. So for $70 right now, I would encourage you all to have an extra closing, get some extra cash, and treat yourself to something nice like that. And that was a $70 example, for goodness sakes. So here I am. If you're comfortable, work on becoming uncomfortable. Your life could be better than it is right now. What would you like to do? What would you like to have? What do you have to do for emergencies? What if you lived in Madeira Beach and that tropical storm flooded your house? Do you have, whatever your deductible is, do you have the cash available to make your deductible payment to get the flood insurance to kick in, right? You just need to start thinking about different things. What if you had a medical problem and an ambulance had to come get you and your insurance only paid part of it and the rest of the bill came on you? Thousands and thousands of dollars. You guys just have such a great opportunity to have extra cash available by doing any of the things we talk about. And then I wrote down last, who could you help? Do you have a child who's having a difficulty? Do you have a spouse, a parent, a cousin, a niece, a nephew that needs some help that you could reach out and be the benevolent one? So may I suggest again that we all take a look at our primary aim and dream a little as we prepare for an amazing 2021. Just the fact that you have the potential to earn an extra $20,000 in a quarter, or 30, or 40, or 50, makes you the amazement of most people in the world. Wow. And all you have to do is talk to more people and let that digest for a moment. All right, so my little talk for today is going to revolve around Next Level University because I'm excited. And so here's the deal. Our company is unique because most of the agents who work for us never worked anywhere else. They started brand new and they developed skills that led them to have a successful career. And then they adjusted those skills to become their own, and they got comfortable with them. And they did the same thing over and over again and produced excellent results over time. And there's no automatic success in real estate. So Next Level University is basically our fundamental teachings, right? And if you master these fundamentals, you're going to have a rock solid business. So let's just cover what they are real quickly. And then Puma sent out an email sending you all the courses. I think there's 24 courses over 3 days. They're going to run on the hour with breaks for lunch and then a 5-minute break before each hour. And you can sign up for 1, 2, 3, or all classes. Now, we used to do this. We'd rent a hotel room and 50 to 100 people would come and we'd be in the classroom all day long, right? Now you can do it online, but we want you to pay attention because it's too easy to get up and do the laundry while the class is going on and it looks like you're paying attention. But the key is these classes are going to teach the fundamentals of what Beggins Enterprises is. Of course, we're going to touch on the art of life betterment, the scripts and the dialogues, your DISC and VAK, your NLP training, our version of the CMA, which we call the strategic pricing analysis, which is really one of the fundamental purposes of what we do. We're going to get into the critical date timelines. We're going to get into the Beggins listing system, the Beggins buying system, which step by step will lead you to a successful outcome. We're going to cover .loop, which has become a critical component of our company. We're going to get into Zap and what it does. And if you notice, we have people that are really good at all these facets that are going to be teaching these classes. And actually, me and Jeff up there ranting for days. Kat's going to have a part, and Joe's going to have a part, and Otis is going to have a part, and Mike's going to have a part, and Deborah's going to have a part, and everybody's going to have a part. Then we're going to talk about contract mastery. We're going to talk about single agency, which is a very unique position for this company. And we're going to keep you exposed because you know me, awareness is the key to gives you flexibility, and flexibility gives you options, and options give you power. So we're going to make you aware of Remine, the daily marketing guide, Home Partners, RealSure, renovation loans, OfferPad, down payment grants, the proper use of Zap, and OpCity itself. So that's kind of what I want you to think about. This is not, let's face it, none of us are good at all of these things, but we all know that they're important to a successful business. So whether you're new to the business or a veteran, this is a reminder. I mean, come on, let's think about all the training I go to. I pretty much heard it all. Why do I keep going? Because I haven't implemented it all. So whether you're new or experienced, there's still really good nuggets in all of this for you. And I promise you'll get something to add to your business to make it grow. So go back to the email that Mike sent, sign up for the classes you're interested in, and we'd be honored if it was all of them. All right, let's hear from our managers today. And then we have a guest, Kathy Wild, who I'm pretty sure I sent to the team. I think I did. The fact that Apollo Beach was listed as one of the most promising vacation rental places. And that got me kind of excited because I'm looking for some investments. And I thought a vacation rental would be a great idea. And I called Kathy and she walked me through a couple properties that she has. And I was amazed by the investments. So we're going to introduce Kathy after the manager's talk. But remember, the key is awareness gives you flexibility. Flexibility gives you options. Options give you power. So we're going to make you aware of what vacation rentals are and what the criteria are, right? If we make you aware, and then you would maybe take some of Puma's advice and put a post. Thinking about a vacation rental? I've got a contact for you. Put it out there and guess what might happen? Somebody might reach out. It's so funny. I was actually thinking about vacation rental. I'm so glad you called me. And then good luck finding one. So I'm done with that. All right, so share screen off. Top left is Kathleen Long back from, there's Kathy. Kathleen gone back from Cape Cod.
We were just talking about lobster this morning. Good morning, everybody. Now we're all hungry. It's all my fault. Bad. got a little nip in the air. Feels like a little Cape Cod out there. And vacation rentals, oh yeah, we definitely want to know about those, especially when you're doing more business internationally as well as throughout the US. We're going to have a lot of folks coming from Massachusetts, Boston. I had spoken with a lot of different brokerages up there. So we're going to be having a lot more business coming down to Sarasota and other areas. So I'm really happy that Kathy's on here so she can let us know all the different vacation properties she's going to have available. Might have to talk to you later about maybe give me some ideas about vacation rentals that I want to do back in Massachusetts with some property we own. That's another story. Always socking away the money to get those dreams. Just like what Craig was talking about. This is how you do it. Otherwise, I'd still be working at my government stiff job. We don't want that. I love all my peeps over there, but that's a lot of hard work for money. And on that note, let's talk about dreams. Dreams come true. Dreams are your goals. Those are the words of the week for me. Don't ever let anything get in the way of your dreams. You've got things you want to do. You've got places you want to go. Maybe you're a lobster fanatic like I am. Keep those goals, keep the eye on the prize like Muhammad Ali always taught us. Eye on the prize. You've got this. Schedule, practice, tune in, do the courses, do the university courses online. It can only get better. Learn and you will succeed. And shout outs for the week. I've got shout outs for Kat. Oh, yes, my condo went under contract. Woohoo, woohoo, woohoo. Lorraine, Jesse, Julie, Martin, and Dahlia. They all turned in contracts in the last couple days, and we're having closings. We've got 6 closings. Shelly, Chad Ramsey, Lorraine, Karina, and Martin. How do these people get closings and how do these people get contracts? Schedule, work, practice, education, tune in. Those are my words for the day.
Awesome. Joe Diener, my top right.
Good morning. Good morning. How is everybody? Yes, Kathleen, you got me hungry now for lobster. So anyway, I'll tell you what, I thought possibly the market was going to slow down, but I had a buyer last week with multiple offers. I had a listing that I put on the market on Thursday. I had 18 showings and went under contract on Sunday. I mean, it's still crazy out there, and it's again depends on price point and stuff like that. So the buyers and sellers are still out there, and I think I don't see this ending anytime soon as long as rates are staying as low and we have people, Craig, as you mentioned, leaving New York and the bigger cities. On Facebook, when I advertised my listing, I advertised to major cities in up north, and what a lot of hits and stuff I got off of those, and hopefully building some clients for when they decide to move down. So I had a couple agents this week, and they had some buyers that were asking a lot of questions and really kind of putting out some objections, and we were talking about it, and I remind them of a really good saying. I said, treat objections as requests for further information. They're not saying no, or they're not saying, you know, I don't like this property because of this. They're wanting more information, especially when we have people that are coming, what I call from away, you know, not from here. They don't know the area, so they don't always understand value. So that's my saying for the day.
Good points. Deborah Haley, front and center on my screen.
Good morning, superstars. This has been some hell of a year, good and bad. We've had our challenges. I do want to shout out before anything, because I think we've got some amazing business going on right now. There's a lot of agents working, so that's the superstars are up, and you guys company-wide are doing a phenomenal work. So Devana, good job getting 2 listings, starting both of them coming active today. Regina, 3 contracts, 1 listing in 1 week. She's my superwoman today. She is. She's amazing. Joseph's had a closing. Phil's got a contract. Douglas and Ken have a contract. Christina has a contract. All from Friday, guys. This is all over the weekend. Thomas had a closing on Friday. Robin's had a closing on Friday. And Sandy's got a contract. we've been busy. Everybody's been busy. This is really good. It's a great indicator of that the market is not slowing up. That's my thought. There's several, this is really a great thing to keep in your head. There is never a better time to do real estate than today. And you need to say that every day because it's true. It's very true. We're fortunate to be in a state that we can work. We're fortunate to be in a time frame that we can work, that we have new home builders, and we've got a lot of other stuff around us that we can sell besides our very low inventory. We have, you know, new home builders and everything that we can rely on for some of our inventory. A couple things to look forward to. 2021, everybody forgets we've got a brand new year coming up, and what do we have to look forward to? We have a vaccine that'll probably be on board by January, I'm sure, because there's 2 or 3 companies out there with vaccines. We're going to be getting rid of COVID this next year. We won't have any political commercials. Think about that. How happy is that? I'm ecstatic about that. People are going to be moving to Florida because they've already started. You guys have been talking about it today. So we're going to have a lot more people moving to Florida this next year. Interest rates will remain low. That's my, you know, that's what I'm saying right now because I think it'll happen, and it will stay low until we get through this, what we're going through. We'll be able to travel more safely. Craig, you just got back. You were safe. Everything was done safely for you. We'll be able to travel again safely. You'll never have more people. You'll be able to help more people in real estate this next year than probably over the last 2 or 3 years because people are now wanting to get out of their houses and buy. So we got to find the inventory and get listings. Real estate will continue to boom in Florida in 2021. More relocation, right? We're going to have more people moving here. So Ashley, we got more relocation and outbound referrals that'll hopefully be coming in, and we'll be able to get out there. So we've got a great year to look forward to. You know, we all get down set up in what we're in the midst of, but we've got so much to look forward to in 2021 that we are going to be doing phenomenal. So I look forward to a really great year next year.
Great
So
points,
happy early
Deb.
New Year.
And just a reminder, 21 starts now
Yeah, it does.
because basically anything you write now is closing next year. So
Absolutely.
2020 is over. What's on the books is on the books, and we're going to pretty much tie 2019.
Yep.
Which, when you think about losing 2.5 months of sales,
Yeah.
and starting off with some pretty big losses in the beginning of the year, that is amazing.
Yeah.
And it's going to be really good. So
Yeah. Yeah. Craig,
Mr.
we lost a
Puma?
quarter. We lost a whole quarter for the year.
yeah, we did.
Yeah.
It went from 52% off to 38% off to 22% off to 15% off to, I mean, I showed you the graphs last week. I mean, this has been the best closings months we've ever had. Just
Yeah.
crazy. Let's go to Mike Puma.
All right, so I got 2 things. One, just to reiterate what Craig said, please go sign up for Next Level. I sent out the email. You could also go to hityournextlevel.com. You can sign up there. Right now, we've had a decent number of signups, guys, but we have more people right now signed up from outside of our company than we do in. And while I love the recruits coming and checking us out, because that usually leads to us adding people to our team, which is great, we have 400 plus people that already work for us that should be taking advantage of this. So please, please, please do not let us beat our own people with new people. Go sign up, take advantage of what we have. These are different sessions. If you did not go check out the sessions that are listed on the website, go check them out. This is new. Yes, there's some obviously staples, but there's some new things, new topics, new ways of attacking some of these things that we're going to be going through. You will get something out of it. And
Mike,
number
was
2,
that website yournextlevel.com?
hityournextlevel.com. Or you can go to B3 Agents. You can see it there too. You'll have the sign up link. But either way, it's going to take you to the same place. And then I want to give a quick shout out to our B3 agents in Orlando because they're absolutely crushing it. Almost all of them have contracts going right now. Big shout out to Jared and Jamie and Courtney and Shaquana, who all have multiple deals pending. So just want to give them a shout out because they are working hard and our Orlando team is crushing it. So if you have anyone that you need to refer to Orlando, we have people who work for us in Orlando, in Central Florida. So please feel free to reach out to Ashley. She can help connect you. But we've got a great team there and they're really working hard. So I just want to give them a shout out.
It was interesting, Mike. I talked to Christina last week, or maybe it was last week, and she's new. She came from Disney vacation sales, timeshares, and real estate sales is a totally different game. And she was a little uncertain about it. So I got a little tough with her. And I said, so what are you doing? What did you do yesterday? And she said, I went through Remind and I found all the out of town owners. And I called and spoke with 10 of them. I went, what? You actually did it? And I said, that's great. And she's, yeah, but it's not working fast enough. And I said, well, then you need to make more calls. And the next day she said she was gonna do 20. I haven't followed up with her since. But guys, that's it. We have to take the effort. The content coming from us to you works, right? It's just whether you implement or not.
Yep.
So good points. Ashley, any relocation updates? We're crushing it with all your new sources you're bringing in.
I'm very excited to let those play out and see what our conversion is within the 6 to 12 months that we really need to be able to get real data. I wanted to totally piggyback. Deb is totally right about all the different business coming to Florida. And I did share some slides with you, I think like 2 weeks ago, because I'm in a 3-week conference right now with Worldwide ERC, which they are the international
Employee Relocation Council.
Well, yeah, but they're the international ones that we deal with on a regular basis, and we've got all these top economists from both domestic and international. And what's really cool is like Tampa is number 3 in the most workers gained, right? Just behind Austin and Charlotte, right?
Wow.
So, and those are going to be more real-time numbers because they are using LinkedIn to track some of their data, because if you're looking at the government statistics, some of those are only from the end of 2019. You know, we have to wait on all the data to come back, but that's not even really relevant to this year. Obviously, everything's changed. And then as far as urban growth, as the top 20, Tampa St. Pete is also number 3. We're right behind Dallas and Phoenix. I mean, that's awesome. So we, you know. No kidding. So I want everybody, managers, agents, everybody to like rally. If you hear of a new company coming into town, let me know. We'll work with you on trying to get that account ourselves if we don't already have it. So there's just so many different opportunities right now. Also remember that if you had been invited to the relocation meeting at 3 o'clock today, that it is at 3 o'clock today, be there.
The one that says mandatory on my calendar?
Yeah, I did say mandatory. But here's the thing too, is I highly encourage the managers, if you have any time at all, to attend as well. You'll have a real-time ability to ask questions to Denise Porter. And she's the former vice president of Cardis and has so much knowledge, and we're very lucky to have her on our side, our team.
Yep. Chris Reed, then Thomas, and Jeff.
Good morning. Good morning. So depending on who you are and how your year went, it was either the best year or the worst year ever. The challenge for both of those people is, and this is what concerns us as management and your leaders here, is every single one of you, whether it was the best year or the worst year, you're going to have to make some sacrifices going into next year. If it was your best year, you probably had business coming out the wazoo, people coming to you where you didn't have to look for a lot of that business. You didn't have to work too hard to get it because of your successes in the past, and you just got that business. So next year, depending on how things go, you're probably going to have to work a little bit harder to earn that business and make a few sacrifices into prospecting. And if this was your worst year, you're going to have to make some sacrifices this year to turn it on for next year, because you can't go another year without earning a certain level of income or having a certain lifestyle that you want. So the message that I put out to you is, it doesn't matter. Life isn't all sunshines and rainbows. It's going to take hard work and sacrifice if you want to live a life that most people don't or can't live. You forget about that sometimes and you give in to the suck that is life. So you're not always going to want to do it. You're not always going to want to get up. You're not always going to want to prospect. You're not always going to want to go to the gym. You're not always going to feel like it. But that's when you get up and do it anyway. That's what it takes to make a difference. That's what it takes to make a sacrifice. And if you want to live the life that nobody else can, you have to do the things that nobody else does. So if you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes your sacrifice. Okay? So find out what it is that you want, team up with us. Let's find a way to get you there, no matter who you are, how good you did or how bad you did. Next year is a whole new year. Let's set a tone and let's see what we can do. That's why we're focusing on primary aim in this next month and a half. That's why we're doing Next Level University. That's why we're getting into some vision boards and creating some goals and helping you smash it into next year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chris. Good message. Mike, Thomas is asking to be let into the room, but it looks like he's in the room, so I'm not sure because he is next. There he is. Oh, you're in San Francisco. No wonder.
I just want to talk to the team and say the feeling of gratitude is the most wonderful feeling in the world. People are sad and depressed in today's world because they have the nature of blaming and complaining all the time. And once you replace complaining with gratitude, you'll be able to live the life with fulfillment and joy and be grateful for whatever the resources you have in your life, because someone lifestyle is a dream.
Excellent. Yes. It made me think. I was bitching and moaning in Chicago, freezing my ass off walking down the streets. And then I saw the homeless people asking me for food or asking me for money. Think about that. I'm bitching and moaning with warm clothes on, walking down the street in a beautiful city with my family. And this disabled veteran suffering from PTSD is sitting on the side of the road, shivering or sleeping under a bench. I mean, if you can't have gratitude for your current lifestyle, go visit some other places and you'll develop some gratitude.
Yes. And I also want to just give a shout out to Lawrence, Andrea, Brenda. They got some contracts last week along with Tony. Amy Camasso has already 3 closings this month, and she's going to have additional 4, so 7 for the month of November, which is really, really exceptional. When we talk about, you can make $20,000 in a quarter, here we have an agent that's doing 20,000 plus in 1 month. So it just tells you that the sky is the limit. Lauren also had closings. Andy, what can we say? Andy just keeps on doing it every time, right? And then Brenda, Miriam, and Rose. She just had a closing a couple of weeks ago, over $400,000 closing. So kudos to her. She's my assistant. She rocks here. And you know what? When she has availability to go out there and prospect or get referrals, she works it as well. So I just want to say your past is your lesson, your present is your gift, and your future is your motivation. So go ahead and make it happen, guys. Thank you.
All right. Good job. All right, without further ado, we have a guest in the room named Kathy Wild. She's the president of iTrip Vacation Rentals for the Tampa Bay market. iTrip's a national franchise that manages short-term rentals because most property managers don't. And you know my saying, if you don't have an assistant, you are one. And one of the biggest things is I've done it, managing a vacation rentals is complicated, doing the bookings. And Kathy, I'll let her talk. I mean, she's what's the word for the on VR Airbnb? You're a super host. So she's got all the tools. And I will share with you just for fun. When I was in Chicago, we did stay at an Airbnb. I got a 4-bedroom Airbnb. And thank God we did, because first of all, we had a room. Secondly, we had a big kitchen. And in Chicago, you can't go to a restaurant. Well, you can, but you got to get outside and it's too cold. So we've done some amazing grocery stores and just had a ball in our little villa, right? Playing games with TVs and everything you could want, from cheese graters to the whole 9 yards. So running that business is complicated, but the returns can be really good. So Kathy, take it away.
Hey guys, good morning. And, it's so interesting to hear everybody talk about, their travel experience and, Craig talking about his experience on planes and so forth. And I have to tell you, my demand right now way outweighs my supply. People want to travel. They want to come to Tampa. And as Craig had mentioned, Apollo Beach, which really it surprised me. I mean, I love Apollo Beach, but Apollo Beach was rated as the 6th best place to own a short-term rental, which is just amazing. And, for property owners, their return on investment, their cap rate, if you will, is just fantastic. But so enough about that. Just to give you a little bit of insight about iTrip, I think my biggest tagline is that we manage locally, but we market globally. So we have, 65 plus different, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this, 65 plus different channel partners that we work with. And so properties that are listed with iTrip get out just globally. But then you have people like me and my team that when Hurricane Eta hits, we're running around all day on Wednesday, making sure that those properties are buttoned up, tied up, and sending pictures to the owners, reaching out to the guests and making sure that they're okay and that there's not anything that they might need. Okay, so that's great. So that's what iTrip does, but what's in it for you guys as realtors, right? What's in it for you guys as agents? You know, I always say that we're a tool. My business is a tool in your toolbox. If you have people that are looking for a second home, Craig mentioned, you know, people that are moving down from New York, they may still like that New York lifestyle. They may still want to go back to the city at some point. They may still want to experience everything that the city has to offer, whether it's Chicago, New York, Boston, or what have you. But in the meantime, have a second home down in Florida that they can work from home. The really cool thing about my business model is they can do exactly that. They can live in their home down here for a couple months out of the year. They can go back to New York or what have you for a couple months out of the year. And with me managing their property, I can help them pay their mortgage. I can help them make a little bit of money off of that. And then they have a free vacation home to come down to, you know, in their off season, if you will. If you have a experienced investor, right? The cool thing that I can do is provide a free rental revenue projection that gives that investor concrete dollars that is based on market history that shows them exactly, well, not exactly, because we all know in real estate, nothing is an exact science. We don't have a crystal ball, but gives them a really good idea of what that property could produce, right? So, and for the inexperienced investor, I have a bunch of tools that will really help them understand what the short-term rental industry is all about and can help them kind of gain confidence in that. So if you are working with any of those types of people, I can help you out. I'm like that little tool in the toolbox. The other really cool thing is we offer a referral fee. So if you refer an owner to me, you get mailbox money. We offer 2% of gross rent revenue that just continues to come back to you every quarter. We pay it out quarterly. Every quarter, as long as I have that listing, you get 2% of rent revenue, which is super cool. The other cool thing is that you get free advertising, not only inside the home. So you have all these people that are coming from all over the place, right? They're coming down to Tampa, they're coming down to Apollo Beach. They're like, oh my gosh, I got to get out of Dodge for a little while. They come down, they're like, this is fabulous. I want to live here. And bam, there's your information right in front of them when they're staying in that home as a exact contact for them, right? To reach out and say, hey, I want to look at some homes or what have you. So free advertising in the home, and then also free advertising on the actual listing. So when that guest is looking at a potential property, your contact information, your link will be right there on that listing, which is super cool. But I guess I kind of want to open it up. I don't know if, you know, I don't know everybody's level of knowledge on the short-term rental industry. But again, you know, I think the biggest thing that differentiates iTrip from other managers out there is, again, we market globally. And as Craig mentioned, iTrip is a national franchise. So I may have only been doing this for a couple of years, but iTrip has been doing it for well over a decade. They've worked out all the kinks. They have industry partnerships built, whether it is through trip insurance or what have you, you know, knowledge that I just do not have, that they've worked out for over the last 10 years, that really makes the whole service package that we offer, not only to guests, but to owners, very comprehensive. And again, iTrip has been a tremendous partner for me. I think I am really good at building relationships and making sure that I can meet people's expectations. But when it comes to all the technology kind of stuff, that's not my forte. But iTrip has all of that worked out. We have a immediate email response system so that when somebody inquires about a property, if they don't book it within 12 hours, they get a flip email that says, hey, why didn't you want to come down to Apollo Beach? It's such a great place. When somebody does book, they get automatic response emails that just kind of ask, hey, what's bringing you to Tampa? What's bringing you to Apollo Beach? Which really allows me and my team the opportunity to provide that boutique level of service. So if they say they're coming in, for example, we had a group come in for a wedding, and it was happening right around when Eta was hitting. It was a great little piece of information for my team to really reach out to them and say, hey, listen, I know this is a big day for you. I know there's a lot of weather going on. What can we do to help you out? Or just simply putting in the home prior to check-in some balloons or a bouquet of flowers or a bottle of champagne or even a little cake or something that just says, you know, congratulations, happy birthday, whatever the occasion is. But again, the software system that iTrip provides me really allows that boutique level of service that really sets iTrip apart from any of the other property managers out there. And then again, the ability to advertise on all of these different channels is just fantastic. So that when somebody lists with iTrip, although everybody knows about Airbnb, us being a superhost, everybody knows about HomeAway. iTrip is also a premier partner on HomeAway and Vrbo. They may not know about Kayak, Flipkey, TripAdvisor, BookingPal, Booking.com, and all of the other channel partners that we integrate with. So that when we have a listing, the ability for me to manage prices dynamically is at the snap of a finger. So that when I go in and I look at a property, and if it's not being booked, for example, November, we're almost at, I'm looking at my booking calendar, November, we're almost at 85% occupancy on all of our properties, not just one. All of our properties are completely booked. But the way that happens is I can go in on any day and take a look at individual properties and say, okay, we probably need to drop the price a little bit, right, to get some bookings. And when I do that and I hit a button, it goes bloop, 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 and it goes out to all of those other channel partners and changes those prices immediately, which increases the conversion rate, which increases the occupancies on all of the properties, which is a really, really cool thing. And then we have partnerships with Market Maker, AirDNA, and other industry leading companies that really help rental or property managers manage prices, so that we look at real time what's happening within a market and we can set prices. Just like a hotel, that price is not the same Sunday through Saturday. It changes, and it may change just by a couple of dollars, which you may think is not a big deal. But when you take those couple of dollars over 365 days, it makes a big difference in rent revenue. And that's what my job is to help the property owner make money, right? And then secondarily, and almost more importantly, is as an asset manager and really helping to manage their asset, make sure that that asset is taken care of. And again, Wednesday of last week, we're running around, me and my team are running around to every one of our properties, checking to make sure that everything that was outside was secured, and taking pictures and sending those pictures to the homeowners. And I can't tell you how many emails we got back that said, wow, like I can't even believe that, number one, that you were out doing that, and number two, that you took the time to take the pictures and send them back to us. And then on Thursday, after everything kind of calmed down, when we were going back out to the properties and putting everything back to where it was, again, taking those pictures and sending them to the property owners, which is a huge sigh of relief for my property owners that are living in Nashville, that are living in Atlanta, that are living in Fort Lauderdale, that are out of state, and they have no idea what's going on down here. So having that boutique level of service is really a nice thing for the property owners. And again, we're just a tool in the toolbox for you. So if you have somebody that you're working with and they just don't know about this industry, I can do a free revenue projection for you that tells you exactly what you could expect for that property. I have, time that I could book aside and chat with you and tell you a little bit more about what we do, or chat with the your client and tell them a little bit more about what we do. But I'm here for you for sure. And if you guys have any questions, but put them in the chat and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. And I'll get my contact information out to you guys for sure.
And Kathy, well, thank you very much. And something you said, I want to just call out. Just like you guys, Kathy says, I'm really good at what I do. Even though I've only been doing this for a few years, iTrip's a master and they've been doing it for a decade. Mm-hmm. You have the exact same story. You might be new to real estate or just relatively new to real estate. We're not. We're 60,000 transactions in, 28 years in the business, and Century 21 is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. That's huge. Mm-hmm. And I like the way you presented that. Also, iTrip is territorial. So Kathy cannot work with you in parts of St. Pete or Sarasota, but they have iTrip franchisees in St. Pete, Sarasota, and Orlando. So she can help you with that. I said iTrip.net is the corporate website?
Yes, yep. And iTrip.net would take you to information about what we do as property managers. It also will take you to any site. If you're interested in booking personal travel, I encourage you to go to itrip.net to take a look at the properties there, because other channel partners like Airbnb or Vrbo or what have you, they book in fees, and the guest will pay anywhere up to 15% in fees that go directly to Airbnb. So if you book on iTrip, you don't pay those fees. So you're always going to get a better deal on iTrip if you're looking to book personal travel. But yes, itrip.net will get you there.
Okay, so my whole thing here is awareness. Awareness gives you flexibility, flexibility options. So if you've got an out-of-town snowbird who wants to buy a vacation property and they're only going to be here 3 or 4 months a year, you could solidify the deal or get a better, bigger, larger transaction by introducing them to a vacation rental property manager like iTrip. So consider yourselves being made aware. Jeff, I had skipped you. I'm sorry. You just got a static image there, so I wasn't looking at your face. So you got something you would like to contribute?
No problem. No problem. No problem. The only thing I want to say is that this year's not over yet, right? So I got 2 more weeks here that we can still close deals. And what I want for everybody is to put an extra 10,000 bucks in your account by Christmas time. And you could do it. All you need to do is pop out a listing. And I know that may sound simple, but it is simple. And if you were watching yesterday, it's about just stop it and talk to people, right? And Chris kind of said it before. I'll do today what others won't, so tomorrow I can do what others can't, right? Guys, throw an extra 10,000 bucks in your bank account by the end of the year. It's not hard. All you have to do is talk to people. Remember the script yesterday. You know people I don't know. Who do you know? Fill in the blank, right? So that's it. Just remember, throw an extra 10 grand at least into your account by the end of the year, and then you'll stockpile next year. That's all I wanted to add.
Love it. All right, great content, team. Thank you very much. Just a couple final remarks here. So we talked about Next Level University. It's December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Boom us down an email yesterday to a link to sign up, and you can do it on be3agents.com or hityournextlevel.com. Zillow market update. Move my camera around here. I just thought this was fascinating. Move this thing over here. Fixed 30-year mortgage rates. Look at the trend, guys. Look how many peaks there have been and how many valleys there have been. And this is a spread from 2.8 to 3.4. So this isn't like a crash from 10 to 2, but this is from June through November. And look what's happened. We got down to the 2.8, so we're back up into closer to the 3s now. It's insane. That is what's driving demand right now, period. More people can qualify, and more people can qualify for more, right? For sale inventory, this is devastating. Look at this. June of 2019, 1.2 million homes for sale, got up to 1.4 million homes for sale at the end of the year. We're down to 844,000 homes for sale. It's a 37% decline in listing inventory. Where did that inventory go? It's sold, right? I'm hearing every day, I got a listing, I got 18, Joe just said it today, I got 18 offers and 1 under contract. Carolina just got one, she got 15 showings on the first day and had 2 offers, and it's under contract. I just think that's just telltale. Zillow saying, they're just tracking what's going on. Rates in the 2s. Oh my God. All right. Welcome to our new agents. I'll get to that in a second. I'm just going to call this out. So Prime Street is a relocation partner that Ashley has signed the company up for, and they're sending us a ton of opportunities. And we sent out invitations to probably 25 or 30 agents to say, hey, sign up. And only 4 have taken action. I just don't get it. We want to give you opportunities, but the only way we can do it at mass scale is via email. And you need to get better at checking email. I mean, I did it when I was in Chicago. I took I took 15 minutes every couple hours and just sat with my phone and swiped all the crap that I had nothing relevant and then answered what was important. I didn't miss a beat. When I got home on Saturday and Sunday night, my email was caught up from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I did it without a lot of stress and drama. So I encourage you, I know you get a lot of crap, but if we're sending it to you, it's important. So anyway, I had to say that. Kara, last week, I played a video for the 50th anniversary typo. 50th anniversary, she's going to do some really brilliant marketing around it. And she wants to hear some really cool stories of some outrageous things you've done with closings. And she wants like 50 of them they'll be doing marketing throughout the year to celebrate the anniversary. So I just want to remind you that was sent last week. Jonathan is putting videos together from our Margaritaville tour with our top agent retreat last 3 weeks ago. And then Top Golf for our top agent thing last Friday, 2 Fridays ago. Videos are coming out. We're going to ask you to tag, share, and comment on those videos because it's going to help us get some reach and get you some popularity, which would be great. We're still working on a weekly email to send you information about what we did last week with easy links to find it. So you actually know what we talked about rather than wonder what we're talking about. And then a forecast of what we're going to do next week. So that's still coming out. Golden Ruler has been turned on all your listings, which means every 2 weeks your sellers going to get a report talking about how many hits or views they've had on their listings on the different websites. And I want to prepare you for the fact that, number one, it's not accurate. It's a good guesstimate because not all sites report the same way. No other organization has it. Century 21 is the only one that does that. So just be prepared. And they're going to say, well, how come your website didn't get, Century 21 didn't get any? You can't control where the leads come from. This is just a report of where they're coming from. And the fact of the matter is we are getting their listing out to all the places that it can go, but we can't control where they shop. So we turned it off because some people were complaining we were getting shit because of it. But when you get that, you just kind of, hit it head on and said, look, it's better than nothing. And that's pretty much what I want to say on that. We had holiday parties. We'll talk about that. It's coming up though. December 3rd is the first one for Sun City Center, then Apollo Beach on the 5th, Gulf Beaches on the 8th, South Tampa on the 11th, Brandon on the 12th, and Sarasota on the 11th as well. So I don't know how we're going to split hairs on that one. That's it. My inbox, some new agents. Start down here with my thing so I can see. Pamela joined the Brandon team. Welcome, Pamela. She was born in Germany and traveled throughout the U.S. with her military family. She eventually migrated to the beautiful state of Florida, where she has resided for 12 years. She's a proud wife and mother of 3 wonderful children. She loves God, people, and animals. She pretty much covers the whole gambit. Pamela specializes in residential real estate, representing buyers and sellers. And she prides herself in treating others as she desires to be treated. Honesty and professionalism. Guys, these are the makings of your bios. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and your bio is important. People look you up on Realtor.com. They look you up on Zillow. You don't be surprised. You guys do it too. You meet some strangers, you go look them up. So it's really important. So I like reading their bios. Welcome, Pamela. Blue. Daryl Herbert. Welcome to the Apollo Beach team, Daryl. A native to the city of New York. We're seeing more of this coming in. But moved to the Tampa Bay area. I've resided since 2004. Even then, there was a buzz surrounding the growth and potential in this incredible city. Because of a successful business venture, I've had the distinct opportunity to explore and learn Tampa and all the neighboring cities. Knowledge of the Bay Area gains me the ability to understand location, pricing, and market knowledge in order to ensure a positive experience for each and every one of you. Very cool. Welcome, Daryl. 2 more. Marcine Walton, welcome to Sun City Center team. I'm gonna make this bigger so I don't just squint so much. Do this so I can see it. Marcine has been an active member of the Riverview community for over 18 years. Originally from Windsor, Connecticut, I made the move to warmer weather in the Tampa Bay area in 2002. I've displayed my passion for service and helping others by working in the medical field for the past 25 years. I'm now excited to be able to use that same passion to assist you with your home buying and selling needs. As a proud member of the Century 21 Beggins family, I pride myself in encompassing the values of integrity, tenacity, and offering outstanding client service. Way to go. Guys, I will tell you, Century21.com, which I'll show you in a second, is killing us with leads on properties. It's also killing us with recruit leads. I think I've gotten 5 or 6 this week just from Century21.com. It's crazy. This one. To the Apollo Beach team, Kathy Aramina. I'm a full-time realtor with over 15 years of real estate experience. My background in sales and administration have given me the tools and the knowledge to ensure my clients receive the most effective and professional service. I pride myself in being a very good listener as well as an effective communicator. I welcome every opportunity to meet new people and take the time to understand their individual goals and needs. I would love to be your go-to realtor. Welcome, Kathy. Very cool. That's a virtual introduction. Oh, I did here steps here. Okay. Oh no, I need to go back to my agenda. I'm sorry. Okay. This one. You know, Central Illinois is part of our organization, and Central University, they've done some really cool things. So I'm sending these out to you because Jody's asking me to. But yesterday there was a class on follow-up systems at work and building the business you deserve. Today, 30 pricing strategies you need to know. Master's level agent mastermind. Those would be really good. They're hand selecting agents that are master's level, and they're just having them talk about what they do. Interesting for some of you to listen to. Then there's a Centurion agent mastermind, which is the same thing, but Centurion agents talking to, and that's tomorrow at 1. Lead Gen 21 on your sphere of influence. You know there's some nuggets in there you're going to pick up on. Thursday, 7 negotiation skills that will change your business at 1 o'clock. Register here. Mind Over Market with Greg Harrelson. Greg's a buddy of mine on real estate investing. He's a sharp cookie, and actually they're right ahead of us. We're number 14, they're number 13 in the US. So good company there. And Winning the Mental Game of Selling is 1 o'clock on Friday as well. So that's out there. It was emailed to you. I hope you're interested. This is, I finally got access to Lead Router again. So boggles my mind. 281 agents are ineligible to receive the leads. We had 234 leads last week. Century 21 was 43 of the 234. The biggest one was Op City, which comes with a referral fee. Century 21 does not. Relo had 34, Walk-ins had 10, Sign Calls had 16. Zillow Group got 36, which is a lot in a week. Social Ad Engine had 32, and after hours, we had 7 calls after hours all week long. I'm just kind of throwing that out there because I think it's kind of interesting to think that nobody calls the office after 5:30. 7 people did in a week. 3 weeks ago, it was 4 people, so it's just not a big deal. But you know, you can tell people our phones are answered 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is birthdays from last week, which I did not get birthdays in this week, so I apologize. So I'll put you on there next week. Reminders and updates I just keep in there for myself. There's nothing really I want to call out today because it's 9:29. I do want to hang this in front of you real quick. This is the award level criteria for the awards and recognition programs of Century 21, which I think are dynamic. Masters Ruby in 2021 starts at $149,000. So if you're doing some goal setting for 2021, try to get to that level. So our Masters and above winners from 2019 and 2020 are invited to the top agent retreat in Hawaii this next year, which hopefully COVID will be done and we can still proceed. We actually might start booking tickets for that now while prices are cheap and refundable. Because let's get first class to Hawaii. Yeah. All right. So that's it. So 149 for Masters Ruby, 195 for Masters Emerald, 241 for Masters Diamond, and 288 for Centurion producers. Right. So those are your targets. And that being said, that is the end of my slideshow. Oh, perfect. Okay. Checking my chats. All righty. Any closing remarks for anybody? Nope. Make it a great week, guys. Jeff's right. We do have cash buyers aplenty. The listing that Carolina just took that I was involved in, she had a VA offer at full price. She had a cash offer at 10,000 below full price. Seller took the cash offer. It's going to close this year. So we still do have time to close cash deals, and there's a lot of cash flying around out there, guys. So to Jeff's point, do whatever you can to get a listing this week, and you still have time to get cash before Christmas. All right. Happy Tuesday, Kathy. Thank you for being our guest. Great information.
Thank you.
Happy Tuesday.